Okay, I'm just making a quick video here because, I don't know, maybe some people have encountered this problem. I've got an old Bose 802, well, the system, the mains are 802s, those are old 802s. This is a 502B, actually BP, the portable subwoofer that used to come in this sort of PA package that Bose used to sell. So you would get the two 802s, and then you would get this, and then you would get their 802C controller, which is the crossover, proprietary crossover for these speakers. Even though I'm sure you could use whatever crossover you want. Well, that focus is being weird. Anyway, so I had some trouble the last time I used the speaker on a gig, and it's about 20 years old. So I mean, I inherited this from my father. He no longer needed the system, so I was like, okay, I'll take it. But it's got some problems because of the age. So I'm running some tests on this. I've got a 60 hertz sine wave or whatever. I got a 60 hertz tone hooked up to this. We're just going to test it. I've got the amp. We're using an NX 3000 amp, which is at 4 ohms, 900 watts a side. At 8 ohms, probably 450, which is exactly what this speaker calls for. And it's an 8 ohm speaker. So anyway, so I'm going to turn this up a little bit. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it or not. Okay. Now already, even at this low level, this thing is, yeah, you can hear a little bit of rattling. What's going on here is, and if I turn it up even more, it's going to get worse. Yeah, listen to that. Anyway, so what's going on here is this front panel, this wood panel, and these plastic panels here have gotten loose. Just from all the, well, for one thing, it's old, but from all the vibrations, it's just gotten loose. So essentially the box is loose. I'm going to attempt to tighten some of this stuff up, and maybe then hopefully we'll be able to get this thing pumping without it blowing apart. Okay, so I've gotten it up here on the top of my rack, and I removed these corner brackets up here. They're just screwed in. Those are easy to remove. And what I found is this entire front panel can actually come off. Now, it's not supposed to because it was glued on, but the glue has since worn out and it's come apart. So that's the main problem with this box here. So what I need to do is take these other two brackets off here and glue and screw. I'm going to screw it this time. I would imagine they forego the screwing to save manufacturing costs, but this time I'm going to glue and screw it to the front, let it set up, and then, man, my camera angles are just woo. Let it set up, and then we'll test it again and see what happens. And also, I've got the panel off now, and so also for anyone who's ever wondered, this is what it looks like on the inside of these things. It's a pretty simple design, actually. They used very cheap particle board. I think these are overpriced. Actually, I know these are overpriced. They put a little bit of acoustic foam on this side, some down here. Of course, junk falls into it. That's probably smoke ash from where it used to be used all the time in the bars. I know where this thing was used, so yeah. But look at all this glue. They glued the holy heck out of it, and now that glue is just pointless. I'm going to have to chisel. I'm going to chisel and clean all that up. Same thing up here on the back of the panel. It's all junk. It all needs re-glued. So we'll get that re-glued, and I'm going to screw it. Can I screw it there? I better not. Because if I do, I might run into the, well, then again, yeah, I might run into the cone. I don't want to do that. Unless I use very small screws. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, definitely got to glue and screw with this cabinet. Okay, we're back. I got the front glued and screwed in. Now, A really good carpenter might have done a countersink for these screws. I didn't, because what the cabinet looks like is not of chief concern to me. Also, I used some little metal screws to better secure this front horn here, because that thing was getting ready to just blow off altogether. So it should be in good shape now. Let's try this out. I'm going to turn this up. Now, this is a 60 hertz tone. If you're, whatever speakers or whatever you're using, doesn't actually go down that low, you won't hear anything. So I guess it's kind of a bad test. I'll try something else here in a minute, but for now, okay, it's good. Let's see how far we can go. Yeah, no rattling from the front. That's good. Okay, so I ran the bass into the limit zone, and no, it didn't rattle at all. The only things rattling was the stuff around here. So, yep, about an hour's worth of work, whatever. Fixed the 502, which I guess it wasn't a huge problem. It's just the box needs shored up. It's basically what it is. So, there it is.